Do you remember how, from a young age, you were taught to be submissive and obey commands? If you did anything on your own or out of the ordinary, the class teacher would shout at you and insult you in front of the entire class. Most men in Western society are raised by their mothers. They get everything handed to them. They don't have a masculine father figure to look up to, someone who can teach them the way of the warrior. They never face adversity and they never learn to be a man. And when they face the real world, they don't know what to do. Girls become women when they give birth to a child. Boys become men when they go through the battle of life. You came to this video because you want to hear the bitter truth. Life is not easy as a man, and it becomes worse when you are still a boy. I will not waste your time. Here are some of the things that you can do and experiences that you can learn from to become a man. Let's get into it, my brother. Take responsibility. You need to take responsibility for everything that happens to you in your life. We are what we are because of the decisions we make for ourselves. When you do not take responsibility for your actions, it shows that you are emotionally weak and that you have a victim mentality. Your victim mentality is the biggest cause of your poor mental health and your anxiety. Think about it for a moment. The condition of our life is the outcome of every decision we make, every action we take every single day. There is a small chance that our life turns out to be what it is because of external factors. Shifting the blame on others is just your way of how you cope with the realities of the world. You need to quit blaming others and start accepting responsibility for the consequences of your actions. And I'm not saying that you have to go down the road of self-pity and everything is your fault. I want you to understand that our actions have consequences, and we need to accept those consequences and learn from them. Only a coward with no moral dignity runs from the consequences and does not take responsibility. Taking responsibility will teach you two things. First, we need to make better decisions to face better consequences for our actions. Second, we have control over our lives. What we do today will affect how we live tomorrow. Taking ownership of our actions will only be achieved by being honest with yourself and with others. If you truly want your life to positively turn around, you should be honest with yourself, and this is a practical step. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. Start writing down what are some of the things you did that have caused you problems, and then write why you did it. Be honest. There is no one around to judge you. After you have written down why you did them, only then you will understand your own behavior and why you do some of the things that you do in your life. So start taking responsibility for your actions and their consequences. It will improve your decision-making abilities and your mental health. You have to realize that no one is going to save you. The realization that no one is coming to save you is probably one of the tensest feelings in the world. Most boys are raised by their mothers today in a single-parent household. They are overprotective of their boys. So every time you do mess something up, your mom comes to save the day. Most of the time growing up, boys get everything handed to them. Your mom pays for school and your needs are taken care of for you. And she tells you what kind of people you should or shouldn't be around. Pretty nice, huh? Until you are all grown up and you have to face the world by yourself. All of a sudden, the world is a very dangerous place and you have to deal with it yourself. And no one is coming to save you when you mess up. I had a very estranged childhood. I was in and out of schools and my parents were separated. I had poor mental health and I used to mess up a lot. I would create problems for myself, and every time my father would save me. That continued until my father got a promotion. After that, he was mostly absent from home. And when I got into college, I was only 17 back then, and there I was all by myself. I had to find a job and take care of my needs. In order to have a good social circle, I had to be dependable. I tried my best to find someone who would help me in that situation. Guess what? No one comes to rescue me. I learned the hard way that I have to put in the hard work and create value in this world all on my own. And this is true for most of the boys. You have to create your value in society to live a life of a successful man, but you have to do it on your own. No one will give you handouts. No one will save the day when you're in trouble. You have to be your own Batman. So get it through your brain. You have to create your value as a man, and you have to do it all on your own. The sooner you understand this fact, the less of a pain it will be when you face the real world. All of your toxic friends and relatives won't help you. Being a man is being able to build something out of nothing. And I am not saying that no one can help you. There are people who can guide you to the path of success, but it is you who has to run the path. When girls are born, they are born with their value. They can breed and raise kids. But when boys are born, boys have to create their own value as men. Men who can provide and protect. Adversity and challenges You need to understand that humans are tribal animals. We only mobilize when there is a challenger or when your territory is invaded. Men get comfortable in the situation they are in if they don't face an immediate challenge in their life. Your situation may vary, but if you are watching this video, chances are that you did not have a wealthy upbringing, or you don't have daddy money to waste on experimental YouTube videos. But you have enough that your day-to-day life is taken care of. I want you to acknowledge that your father is getting old and he is tired of doing that shitty 9-to-5 job. Do you want to know why he did all that hard work? So that you can have a decent life, you can have an education. I want you to imagine retiring him. Imagine his happiness when you tell him that the online business that you have been working on has finally turned profitable and he does not need to work anymore. That is your challenge. That is your adversity. Another form of adversity is accepting the problems that life throws at you. When life gives you problems, it's refining your problem-solving capabilities. Every time you face a bigger wall in life, you will learn to jump higher. Sure, you will fall down, but you will also learn to pick yourself up again. Adversity is something that you will have no control over. You will face problems in the most unexpected moments of your life, but you will learn to solve them, and you will learn to control yourself and your emotions. It will make you dependable. Every time life throws you under the bus, you learn a new way out. It will increase your experience in life, and when someone else faces trouble, they will know that you are the person to call. You need to acknowledge the fact that people who never fall are the people who never jump, but you cannot afford that, can you? So I want you to embrace the difficulties of life as they come. These are the battles you will have to fight to become the fine warrior you're destined to be. Heartbreak. Heartbreak is the worst experience someone will go through in their life, especially if you have been cheated on or your own actions have caused it in the first place. All men go through heartbreak once in their life. You probably already have gone through a heartbreak. Heartbreak and failure in love is probably the only experience that can teach you all things that change boys into men. Heartbreak is important because you will feel the full range of emotions. You will feel rage, anxiety, depression, and self-pity. You will learn how weak and vulnerable you are if you let your emotions control you. You will also learn that life is a competition as a man. The girl you have someone else wants, and she will leave you for a better man. This is the cold truth. I will not sugarcoat it. If you are not competent enough and you are not a strong masculine man and you don't have a warrior spirit, your girl will leave you for a better man. That is a fact. I know it makes you want to punch me in the face, and you are probably right. If you are too sensitive, this channel and this video is probably not for you. Instead, you can go watch Mr. Beast or whatever little kids watch. Don't listen to the hard truth. Don't try to improve yourself, because I will not sugarcoat it. When you have a heartbreak, you will feel all of your emotions. You need to understand these emotions. You have to accept the fact that these emotions made you vulnerable, and these negative emotions are the core reason for your poor mental and overall situation. So, understand these emotions and then overpower them to leave the terrible situation you face. There are men who understand that they are angry, and they hit the gym twice a day, and a year later they have a physique of a warrior. And then there are men who are angry, and they take their frustration out on their buddies and on their family members because they keep letting their emotions drive their lives. This neatly brings me to my last point: emotional intelligence. All men need to be stoic and emotionally intelligent. I'm planning on making a video on how to become stoic, in which I explain in depth why we have emotions and how to control them. Modern generation of men was raised by women. Most of you guys don't have a father figure to look up to. You end in the middle of a street fight and you rush into the fight not realizing the consequences are dire for you. If you hit them and they get injured, you go to jail. If they hit you, you become a cripple, all because you don't have control over your emotions. 97% of school shooters in America are raised in single-parent households. Men need a father figure to be in touch with their masculinity and their warrior spirit. Teach yourself to respond to problems calmly and rationally. You have to think about it. You need to think about what you are feeling, what situation you are in, and what's the correct course of action. Proceed rationally and deal with the situation at hand. Yes, initially, you will be bad at it. You will fail, but you will learn. You will get better at it, and then it will become one of your instincts. You won't even have to think about it. It will be a part of your decision-making ability. If you are a young man struggling to find his way, you need to understand that there is no easy life as a man. There is constant pain and struggle in life that you have to feel. There are two types of pain that you can feel: the pain of regret and the pain of struggle. You will decide the pain of your life. Keep the warrior spirit alive and stay amazing.